so wanted this week to go better. Hi guys, so it's Monday today and we've started the week on a terrible note. I'm really annoyed, okay, because I spent the weekend, I was getting things ready, I finished reading Prisoner of Azkaban, so I had all the notes ready to write the blog post. I edited the video. I did that really quickly. I edited it yesterday and it was like done and uploaded before 9 AM. So I was all ready to like go into this week and get loads of stuff done, and then it all fell apart this morning. It's 11:15 now, so it's later in the day. But yeah, I wanted to talk about what happened this morning because I think it's a really good example of just how much little things going wrong and changing the plan and people changing my routine messes me up. So if you didn't know, I'm autistic, and I very much, because of that, I like routine, and when people mess with my routine, it screws me over massively. So I get up early every morning. I'm up at like 6. I always go for a walk, but today I decided, usually on Mondays and Fridays, not every week, but if I'm going to go to Starbucks, I do it on Monday and Friday mornings. And I like to go first thing because then there's no one else there, but then it's not too loud, because I also struggle with lots of loud noises because I get sensory overload otherwise. So I packed my bag, I was fine. I was gonna go and write my book versus movie blog post, Prisoner of Azkaban, get that out of the way first thing, and then I'd be all good because I wanted to like film some videos today, and just get a load of other things done. But I got there and I could see as I was walking up to it that the lights were off inside and that the car park was empty. So immediately I was like, okay, it's closed. And I think I could have dealt with that better, because I know that I don't keep track of bank holidays and things very well, so it could have easily been one of those, but it isn't a bank holiday or anything. Just remember that. It's just a normal Monday. So then I walked up to the door because I saw there was a sign on the door, so I was like, okay, well that might explain things. So the sign said, due to a upper office thing, we'll be closing at 4 today. Sorry for any inconvenience. And I was like, okay, but I don't care about that because I'll be gone by 4 o'clock. But it still wasn't open. So I understand that they were closing at 4 o'clock this afternoon, but why were they not open at their usual time? Because it was almost 7 o'clock by then and they usually open at 6. So it was the fact that there was no conceivable reason for them to not be open that really threw me off. And then my mum went back very kindly, because I had a bit of a meltdown after that, because it completely ruined my plan. And the fact that there was no reason for my plan to be ruined, because all it said was that we'll close at 4, not that we're not going to be open until 7:30 or whatever. The fact that there was no conceivable reason for it to not be open was what really threw me off and quite frankly pissed me off. So yeah, my mum went back over just before she went to work at 8 and it was open then, so she brought me a Starbucks home. Thank you if you're watching. But it really annoyed me. Yeah, and so now it's 11:20 and I've done nothing but feel terrible, feel quite angry, because this sort of thing always seems to happen to me, and I've just been playing Sims, which is very annoying because I had a lot I wanted to do today and I was feeling really motivated last night, and now that's all kind of gone to shit. So I don't really know what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day, because while I'm not angry and annoyed anymore, I'm still a bit put out and just generally don't want to do anything because, you know, we've already started the week off on a real low, and I know I need to just, you know, pick myself up and, you know, carry on, but I don't really know where to start. So it's almost lunchtime now, so I do have some food in the oven, which will be ready in like 10-15 minutes. So I'm going to eat that. I think I'm going to continue playing a bit of Sims because I want to finish sort of what I'm doing. And then I think I'm just going to abandon the blog posts and the videos for today because those are like bigger tasks, and I really need to be like in a better headspace for that. And instead I think I might watch Goblet of Fire, because since I've finished reading Prisoner of Azkaban and I'm ready to write that blog post, I can then watch Goblet of Fire and make notes on the film, ready for me to start reading Goblet of Fire. You know, it sucks that this week has started off on such a crappy note, but I think it is a good example of, you know, the fact that I do have a lot more challenges in my life, and while, you know, I don't necessarily see my autism as a downside, because I do think it gives me a lot of advantages, because, you know, I think differently, I can see like different point of views than other people do. I tend to get more done than other people, purely because I don't seem to have like the mental blocks that other people do. Like I don't really do procrastinating because of how logically I think. And, you know, like, so that there are benefits, but, you know, there are also a lot of downsides because of the world I live in. It's not designed for me, and so I do run into a lot of problems, specifically sensory problems, and people just not understanding how much changing the plan on me is not on. Yeah, so I'm sorry this has been a little bit of a bad start to the vlog, but, you know, these things happen, and I'm going to try and carry on anyway. Hi guys, so it's a bit later now. It's actually 6:15. My mum's home now. She's just gone to make me some dinner. I'm gonna have pizza. Just frozen pizza out the freezer, obviously, because that's how you freeze things. I'm in a bit of a better mood now, as you might be able to tell. Still not like amazing, but better. So I think I'm going to watch Harry Potter, but I'm going to watch Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and I'm going to do cross stitch. Because I was kind of like humming and hawing, like, do I watch Goblet of Fire and make notes, or do I watch Chamber of Secrets and do my cross stitch? Because both of them are productive, but Goblet of Fire was what I'd planned to do this evening. But I've actually decided it's better to write the Prisoner of Azkaban blog post first. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch Chamber of Secrets and do some cross stitch while I eat my pizza. And then once the movie's finished, I'm going to read. I am going to read Goblet of Fire, because that's what I'm on, I think. Or I might, I don't know if I want to like start another book whilst I'm reading the Harry Potter series. But I don't know. I think I'll probably just read Goblet of Fire because it's easier. It eliminates any more decisions. So yeah, that's the plan. And I'll film some of it, and I'll talk to you a bit later. Hi, so it's 9:25 now. I finished watching Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I've done like 70% of the cross stitch I was doing, but it's getting a bit late now, so I've put it down for tonight. I think I'm just going to start Goblet of Fire really quickly because I'm still trying to read every day, but I'm honestly not going to read that much. I'll probably only read like the first chapter, if that, really. So yeah, I'm just going to read very quickly and then I'm going to go to bed, and hopefully tomorrow will be a lot better. So, good night. Okay, so it's Tuesday now, and before anyone thinks what's that noise in the background, it's my aircon, and no, I'm not going to turn it off because it's ridiculously hot, like ridiculously. If you didn't know, we're currently having like a stupid heat wave in the UK, and I don't like the heat. Like honestly, it's meant to go up to 35 degrees today. I don't know how hot it is now, but it's hot. That's in Celsius, by the way. I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit for any of you freaks who use that. Yeah, so it's Tuesday, it's very hot, and I don't like it. But yeah, it's actually, what time is it? It's 22:11, so it's a bit later, but I have done some things this morning. I got up and I went for a walk, as per usual. I'm doing really well on that goal. I'll tell you more about that in the video I'm planning to put up next week or the week after, I don't know, because it's different for you when you're seeing this. But yeah, I'm going to do like a whole like morning routine video and how I'm incorporating my goals into that. So look out for that, subscribe. Shameless self-promo. Yeah, so I went for a walk, had breakfast, and then I finished the cross stitch I was working on yesterday, which is over here. So I finished this, and that was what I was working on last night while I was watching Chamber of Secrets, so that's now done. I think I might add some bits around the edge, but yeah, so I finished that, and I've just had a shower, as you can probably tell, because my hair is wet and in plaits. So yeah, I think, honestly, I don't know quite what the plan is for today, because I was gonna write the blog post I was meant to write yesterday, which is my book versus movie for Prisoner of Azkaban. But I really don't want to. I don't feel like it, so I don't think I'm going to, because that was originally meant to go up today, but because I didn't get to write it yesterday, I don't want to, because like they're really big blog posts to write, they take like 3 or 4 hours, so I don't want to put the pressure on myself to get it up for tonight. So I already had another blog post written, so I've scheduled that for tonight instead. So the book versus movie will actually go up on Friday. And this is all on my book blog, by the way, in case you're a bit confused. I have 2 blogs. I have a book blog where I specifically talk about books, so if you're interested in that, and only that, then you can just go and look at the books, because I talk about books a lot, and so I didn't want it to take over my personal blog and sort of overshadow everything else. So I have my books blog, which is books.samanthadrage.co.uk, and then I have my personal / main blog, which is photography.samanthadrage.co.uk, and I'll leave the links in the description. So, just in case anyone was confused, because I don't think I properly explained that before. So yeah, I've scheduled a different blog post for tonight, and I'm going to put the book versus movie up on Friday, which means I now have a bit of an extended deadline to write that. But I'm not quite in the right headspace to write that today, I don't think. And it's a really hard thing to explain. I know like you shouldn't wait until the right time, but like I know myself very well, and I know my moods very well, and it's a very precarious balance trying to keep them together. And so, you know, I know that I could write the blog post today, but if I did that, it would burn me out for most of the rest of the week, I think. So I think I still need to take today. I'm going to do some things, but also still rest of it. So I think I'm still going to write today, because I've set, last night I set out like a few little mini goals for this week, just to like keep me on track. So I set out a few things that I'm going to do every single day this week. So I'm going to walk, do yoga, read, write, do something creative, which means like photography, drawing, cross stitch, any of that thing, and What was the other thing? Oh yeah, personal hygiene, because I'm not amazing at that, which I know is kind of gross, but it's something that quite a lot of people with autism struggle with, and it's just something I've never quite found a perfect way to fit into my routine. Like brushing my teeth. I hate brushing my teeth, and I know that sounds disgusting. I do brush my teeth, don't worry, but I hate doing it because the taste of the toothpaste screws up my day because I don't like it. And I know you can get fancy flavoured ones, but the point is the taste lingers. So once I brush my teeth, I can't eat or drink anything for like an hour and a half, which means I really have to plan ahead if I want to brush my teeth. So like I always brush them at night. So I always brush my teeth at least once a day, guys, but I don't always brush them in the morning because of when I want to eat. It just doesn't work for me. But I want to make sure I'm still keeping on top of that because I don't always. So yeah, those are like my little mini goals. So, you know, today I've already done walking, I've already done yoga, I've already done creating because I did the cross stitch. I've done personal hygiene because I've washed my face, I've had a shower, and I'm going to brush my teeth in a minute, I think. And then, so I still need to read and write for today. So I'll read later tonight. I think I'm gonna, for this week, I'm gonna try and stop everything I'm doing at 6 o'clock. And then from 6 until I usually go to bed about 8:30, or well, at least lights out at 8:30. I'm not usually asleep till like 10. And so then from 6 onwards I can read. I can have like a good 2 hours of reading time because I want to read at least 5 chapters every day because I'm on Goblet of Fire now, and that's quite, like, the books just keep getting bigger from this point onwards. So I need to like sit down and read, you know. And I really want to finish Goblet of Fire before the end of July. We're in July. I'm really confused as to like the date because school is like the only thing that makes me keep track of the date, really. So yeah, I have no idea what century we're in most of the time. Yeah, so it's almost 11 now, so it's a bit later in the day, but I think, because the only thing I really want to get done today is I want to write one blog post, but instead of writing the book versus movie, which I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to write my August TBR, which is like an easier blog post to write, but also sort of holds me accountable to the fact that I've said I'm going to finish Goblet of Fire this month, because as long as I don't, because I'm not going to include that in the August TBR, which means, TBR means to be read, in case anyone doesn't know that. And so as long as, you know, if I don't include that, then I must finish it beforehand, otherwise I'll have to admit that I failed. So yeah, I think I'm going to write that, but I'm actually going to play Sims first. Because a lot of the time I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just play Sims before my parents go to work, because like they're all, because you know when people are getting ready for work, like it's really hard to use the house because they're all running around and trying to get ready and stuff, so I just stay out of the way. And so I'm like, oh, I'll just play Sims till like 8:30 when they're all out the house, and then it's 3 PM and I'm still playing Sims. So I want to practice saying, okay, I'm going to play Sims or Skyrim or whatever I'm playing from now until now, and then I'm going to actually stop when I said so, because I want to get into that habit for when I go to college, so that you know, it doesn't take over my life. So I think I'm going to play Sims first, and I'm going to stop at 3, and then I'm going to write the blog post, and then if I have time, I'm allowed to play more Sims if I want to until 6. But I don't have to play Sims after I finish writing the blog post. If I want to do something else, then I will, but let's be honest, I want to play Sims. So yeah, I'm going to play Sims until 3, and then I'll check in with you at 3 and see if I've actually stopped playing Sims like I was meant to. Okay, so it's just past 3 o'clock. I did stop when I said. I actually stopped 5 minutes before. It's 3:05, as you can see. So, you know, 5 minutes past 3, but I was setting up the camera. So I did stop at 3, like I said. And usually my mum would be home by now, but she's staying late at work today. Yeah, so I'm just going to get on with the blog post as planned, and then I actually think I might, like, I don't want to play Sims after I finish writing it, so I might write another blog post, or I don't know, I might like watch Harry Potter and do some planning and other things, but yeah, I don't know yet, but I want to do like something else, so I'm going to have a think about that while I write the blog post, and then I'll tell you when I've, you know, decided what I'm doing with my life. Okay, so my mum's just texting me saying she's on her way home. I've asked her to get me a Starbucks on the way home because I'm in desperate need of caffeine, and it's just not the same when you make it at home. So I've written the blog post I wanted to. I've written my August TBR, and I've just been like planning like August and September's blog post so that I sort of have everything planned out. And I also took a few photos for the blog post I've already written. But they're still on my camera, so I need to take those off. But I think I'm going to do that later. So for now, while I'm waiting for my mum to get home, I'm just going to continue writing blog posts and sort of planning and setting things up. And then I think I'll have dinner, and then I'll probably just read for the rest of the evening. Okay, hello and happy Wednesday. It's 5 to 11. I'm in a much better mood, which is great because this week hasn't gone great so far. But I've got lots done this morning. Well, I've got one thing done this morning, but it was a really big thing. I have finally written learn to speak. I've finally written the book versus movie post for Prisoner of Azkaban. I got up and I went to Starbucks first thing. It was open this time, which was great, and I was going to stay there until I finished it, but then like I was there for like 2 hours already, and so then I was like, I kind of want to move because I don't like doing things in the same place for too long, and also it was starting to get busy, so I was like, yeah, nah. So I went home. And so I came home, I had a shower really quickly because it's really hot in England. I don't know if you guys keep up with the news, but it's like 35 degrees or something. It's absolutely ridiculous, and I'm not on board at all. So it was really hot and I was very sweaty, so I had a shower to try and fix that. Also I had the aircon on, if you can hear that. I'm sorry, but I'm not turning it off. It's so hot. Yeah, and so I had a shower and then I finished the blog post. I've literally just finished it. So, you know, I did say it takes a long time, and it really does, because I think I've been working on it since like almost 7 AM, and I've only just finished it at like 10 to 11. So yeah, they do take a really long time to write, but they are really fun and I do really enjoy it, so that's fine. So I do have some lunch in the oven now because I'm so hungry. But I was like, no Sam, you can't eat until you finish the blog post. So that was my incentive to finish it. And I finished it now, so I can have food. So yeah, I still need to just like add a few pictures, and I need to add some links to some of my other blog posts, because I don't know why, but for some reason when I write blog posts on the computer, on my main like PC rather than my laptop, my PC won't let me add links. I can only do that on my laptop apparently, and so like it freezes if I try and add a link, and I don't understand why. But so I have to go through on my laptop and add all the links that I couldn't add on my PC the other day, and I don't know why it does that, but honestly computers are so annoying. Like, they're great and they've added so much good to the world, but they're also so annoying because they just never work when you want them to. And it's the little things as well. It's like, why can't I add this link? Why is it not letting me do this one little thing? Anyway, so it is quite late in the day, but I am happy with what I've got done today, and I'm also in a very good mood, which is nice, although I am hungry. So I'm just gonna add the few pictures and the links I need to while I'm waiting for my dinner to be ready. I'm gonna eat my dinner, And then I think I'm going to watch Goblet of Fire, because now I've done the Prisoner of Azkaban post, I can now carry on with Goblet of Fire. So I'm going to watch the film, make notes on that. And then I'll see how I feel and like how long that takes, because that'll probably take me to like late mid-afternoon, because obviously the film is quite long. But then I think I'll probably write some more blog posts actually, because I'm in like a really good motivated mood, and it's good to like do lots of that while I'm in the mood for it. And then I'm going to start reading at 6, like I said the other day, because I want to like get through Goblet of Fire quite quickly, because I definitely want to finish it before July ends. I did read quite a lot last night, by the way, I'll show you. I'm this much of the way through, which doesn't look loads, but Goblet of Fire is quite big. I'm on page 81. I think I read 6 or 7 chapters, so I'm happy with that. I spent like a good hour and a half reading, and it does take, like, usually I'd be able to get more read in that time, but because I'm also making notes at the end of every single chapter, it takes longer. Which is kind of annoying, because, you know, when I'm reading, it's like, no, I don't want to stop and make notes, I want to keep reading. I know what happens, but still I want to keep reading. But you know, it's fine, because I am really enjoying this like book versus movie thing, and it gives me an excuse to watch and read Harry Potter, so, you know, who's winning here? Clearly me. Yeah, I'm in a very weird mood today. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna watch Goblet of Fire, and then I'll probably check in with you then and tell you what I've decided to do. Okay, so I've finished watching Goblet of Fire now. It's actually 4:20, so it's a bit later. I actually finished for watching the film at like 2:30 or something, but then I just sort of like, I caught up on my phone, caught up on social media, that sort of thing, because then my mum got home very shortly after. I've been catching up with her, just, you know, ranting, and she's made me some salmon sandwiches, which I have for my dinner, and yeah, it is quite early, but I eat at quite weird times. I was thinking of doing that as like a video, like a what I eat in a week kind of thing, because as someone with autism, I eat things, like I eat the same thing every day, and sometimes that will change quite drastically. So, you know, one minute I'll be eating, you know, this same thing for breakfast every day, and then suddenly I'll change to something else and I'll eat that for the same thing for like every morning for like the next 2 weeks and things. So I do eat like a bit weirdly, and so I thought it might be interesting for other people to see how I eat, because I know a lot of people think it's weird that I eat things at certain times, because like, you know, there's like breakfast foods, but I don't necessarily eat breakfast foods at breakfast. I just sort of eat what I want when I want. So I thought that might be interesting. Tell me below if you're interested in that. But yeah, so I finished watching Goblet of Fire. For now I'm just gonna eat my dinner. I'm gonna watch some YouTube, and then I think I'll write a blog post, and then I'll probably sit down and read. I want to make sure I can read a good like 8 or 9 chapters today, because I was meant to read like 5 chapters every day from Monday this week, but I only read 1 chapter on Monday, and I think I read 6 last night, which is pretty good, especially considering Monday went so terribly. But I want to catch up to that, so I think because I read the 5 I wanted to yesterday, plus 1 more, and I read 1 on Monday. So I read how many have I read? I've read 7 chapters in total. Wow, I can do basic maths. Which means I still need 3 to get to the 10 I should have had in total by yesterday. On top of the 5 I still need to read today. So I would like to read 8 chapters a day, and you know, if I can get ahead, that would be great. So yeah, I'm going to make sure I'm reading at 6 so I can achieve that, and hopefully I can fit in a blog post between dinner and reading. I have no idea what I'm doing today, like at all. It's Thursday now, as you might be able to tell. It's 10:10, so it's a bit later. I did go for a walk this morning, and then I played Sims for like an hour, had some breakfast, and then honestly I've just sort of been lying in bed staring at the ceiling for like 2 hours, because I don't really know what to do with myself. Because like, I could write blog posts, I could read, And you know, there's some videos I want to film that are like not vlogs, but I really want, like, I don't really have anywhere to film them yet, because like this isn't a very interesting backdrop. But I can't film on my bed because I've got a window right behind me, so then I'm like really backlit, so it doesn't work. But I am going to be getting a chair to go in the corner of my room over there. That was always kind of where I envisioned myself filming videos, so I kind of want to wait to get that. And also like my room just isn't finished yet, because I only moved into this room at the very end of last year. So like I still need fairy lights, I still haven't put like all my pictures up on the wall and things, and there's just like little things that aren't finished yet. So I want to like finish that before I start filming more videos. So yeah, and also I don't know if you're up to date with the English weather news, but it could get up to 38 degrees today, which is not okay, like on any level. And like, I know a lot of people go, oh, like British people, they're so, you know, like dramatic about the weather, it's just a bit of heat. But we're not equipped for the heat in this country. So like I went to Florida a couple of years ago, and yeah, it was really hot, like it was like 35 degrees a lot of the time, but they're equipped for it. Every single building has air conditioning, there's water everywhere, there's ice cream everywhere, like there's everything you need for the hot weather, so they're built for the hot weather. But whereas as soon as anything gets above 25 degrees here, we're just not equipped for it. No, there's no inbuilt air conditioning in houses. Most like workplaces and shops and things don't have air conditioning. We're very lucky, we're a rarity because we have our own like standalone air conditioning units, one in each bedroom, but that's very rare. And so, you know, it's just a completely unair conditioned house in 38-degree heat, and it's really ridiculous. Also, we're not used to it, we don't get it that often, so when it does happen we all die a bit. And especially in like London, it could get over 40 degrees to get today in London, which I think is like, they're saying like they could break the record, which is ridiculous. So thanks global warming. Yeah, so it's very hot, which is very annoying because I don't like the heat, and also it kind of limits what I can do because I don't really want to leave the house because A, I really don't want to get burnt, and because I'm incredibly pale I get burnt very quickly, but also it's just really hot and I don't like the heat and I don't want to get all sweaty and disgusting, so I don't want to leave the house. But like, I also really want a Starbucks. So I don't know, and I just don't really know what I'm doing. So it's Friday now, and I'm still at a complete loss with what to do with myself, really. I ended up just playing Sims yesterday for the whole day, but you know, I am on holiday, and I think I really still needed the break, which I think is a really good example of just how much little things can really throw me off. Because you know, that one thing happening at the beginning of the week has really thrown me off the whole week, so I haven't got as much done as I would have liked to, but you know. So yeah, today's Friday and I've been playing Sims for quite a lot of the morning as well. I stopped like an hour or two ago. It's 1 o'clock, by the way. But now I don't really know what to do because I don't really want to do anything. Like I don't even want to continue playing Sims. I just kind of want to fast forward and it be tomorrow. But yeah, so I don't know what I'm doing, like, at all. But I actually didn't end up reading at all yesterday, and I want to like stay on track with reading 5 chapters a day so that I can make sure I finish Goblet of Fire by the end of July. So because I didn't read yesterday, I have 11 chapters to read today in order to keep up. So I think I'll probably just start reading Goblet of Fire. I don't have to read all 11 chapters in one sitting. I can, you know, read some more later as well. But yeah, I think I'll just read for a bit because I just don't feel like doing anything else, and then I might like write a blog post in between or something. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm not like feeling 100%, but yeah, I'm gonna read and do something with my afternoon at least. And I'll check in with you a bit later when I maybe have a bit more of an idea of what I'm doing with my life. Okay, so it's quite a lot later now. It's like 25 to 6 now. I'm on chapter 22 of Goblet of Fire, so I'm like almost halfway through, so I'm really happy with that. My mum's home now. She's just finished her last ever day of work because she's quit her job now so that she can homeschool my sister and be at home to help me more. So yeah, but we're going to go to Tesco's now because I need chocolate because we have none in the house, and I also really want a Starbucks, and I can't be bothered to walk because it's still really hot. So yeah, we're going to go out now and I'll see you a bit later. Hey guys, so it's quite a lot later now. It's 25 to 9, so I went to Tesco's as you saw, and also as you saw there was like nothing there. I don't know why, but I think because it's been like ridiculously hot. Like it got up to 40 degrees yesterday. It's ridiculously hot. I think people have been like panic buying ice cream and stuff, so the freezer aisles were empty, like completely empty. It was ridiculous. I also think a lot of their freezers, like they probably can't run them in this heat. So, you know, just sort of proving what I said yesterday, that England is not equipped for this sort of weather at all. So yeah, and it's still very hot today, although considerably less hot. Like I don't think it got above 30 today, which is nice, but it gets really humid in the UK, which is disgusting. So yeah, it's a little later now. We went shopping. I had some dinner. I had a pizza because that was like the only thing they had at Tesco's that I liked, because they'd sold out of literally everything else, so it was kind of the last resort really. So yeah, and then I finished reading the last 4 chapters I had to read because I read 7 before I went out with my mum to Tesco's, which meant I had 4 to finish when I got home. So I have the book here. I'm this far through, which is a good chunk of the way through now. I'm hoping to finish it by the end of the weekend. I wanted to say finish it like tomorrow, but I've actually got quite a lot on tomorrow. But yeah, speaking of the weekend, I am going to end this vlog here because I've got a lot on at the weekend, because I'm going to my nanny and granddad's on Sunday to celebrate my sister's, my nanny's and my dad's birthday sort of all in one, because we were away for my nanny's and my sister's birthday, and it's my dad's birthday in a few days. So we're sort of celebrating all together, and so because I'm not going to be at home on Sunday, I therefore need to edit this video tomorrow. So I'm going to be very busy tomorrow, and also my mum's going to the city to get her nails painted and I will go with her. I need to get like new trainers and things as well, because I destroyed mine while I was on hugely. They're all ripped, so I need new ones. So yeah, I've got a lot planned over the weekend, so I'm ending this vlog here. It hasn't been like a hugely productive week, like at all. A lot of things have gone wrong, but you know, that was kind of what this channel was all about. You know, things do go wrong significantly more often in my life than others, because I do have all of these extra barriers in my way. But yeah, hopefully next week will be a lot better. I don't want to jinx it, but hopefully it will be. I hope you all had great weeks. You know, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how your week's been. Has it been any better than mine? What's the weather like where you are? You know, is anyone else dying in heat? Because we are here. And I'll see you next week. Bye.